So the Indiana Fever are playing against the Washington Mystics today. And this is a game. This is a game where Caitlin Clark, this one's personal. Because you know who's not on the injury report today? Cody. We'll talk a little more about that one later. But this is a game where we are anticipating a pretty big Fever win. The only thing is that the Fever might struggle a bit with Lauren Betts. But the Washington Mystics are just a pesky team. Like, I don't even know how to really describe them. Like, they're not a good team, but they just hang. Like, they're going to win sub 15 games this year. But of those sub 15, they might start winning games against good teams. Like, they barely beat a Toronto Tempo team who only made, 16 field goals in the entire game. And then lost to the Hospital Liberty, who are struggling mightily health-wise right now. So we have to look at it that way. But at the same time, if you are a Mystics fan, like, you've got yourself a team that's at least, it's going to be a fun tank team. Like, you're going to be losing games, but it's not going to be miserable. The expectation for me is that this is a pretty big Fever win. Like, double digits or close to it. That would be my guess. That would be my guess here. Like, if you're looking again at the way this game is being looked at, there is a decent, Vegas has the Fever as massive favorites here. They have the Fever as massive favorites. Like, there are certain, like some of the spreads are kind of crazy here. The Fever are massive favorites to win this game. And again, the win margin, the most likely win margin by the looks of things, according to Vegas, is 11 plus. A double-digit Fever win is the most likely matchup. And again, or most likely, you're looking at Caitlin Clark is they're at home, where Caitlin Clark in general shoots very well. Caitlin Clark is a near 40% shooter at home. And when it comes down to it, well, these are the 2025 stats. When it comes down to it, like, the Mystics are not the greatest offensive team in the world, nor are they the greatest defensive team in the world. They are currently starting a second-round pick rookie in Cass Prosper, who I think will start. Like, there are easy matchups for Caitlin. Like, you don't want to match Caitlin on Cody, but, like, you can match up Caitlin. Like, this is one of those scary games where you can match up Caitlin on the other team's point guard. Like, Georgia Amore is not going to do much. She's really not going to do much. A very similar turnover rate to Caitlin. A turnover per minute rate. In fairness, similar enough assists per minute rate as well. But you've got there a player that Caitlin's very capable of matching up with, which I would be concerned if I was a Mystics fan. It's like, Caitlin can very easily match up to Georgia Amore. And let's not forget, like, Georgia Amore has been caught liking some awful shit about Caitlin. Like, this shit's personal for Caitlin. Like, this is where the demon Caitlin Clark could come out. And the Fever with a 75% chance of winning, I agree. Nobody on the injury report. Michaela Onyewere is a vet. The second oldest player on this team is Georgia Amore. Like, that's mad. That's mad. There is like, Georgia Amore is the second oldest player on a team, and she is a rookie. If the Fever lose this game, something's wrong. Like, if the Fever lose to a team of children, something is wrong. Because the Fever are supposed to have the best young core in the WNBA. And you also, like, the Mystics entire team is their young core. Every single player on the Mystics is part of their young core. Their entire team is a young core. It's not like this is a team where, okay, yeah, you know, you just never know. Some of these players are young, some are old. No, they're all young. So if the Fever aren't a young core at all, or if the Fever have the best young core, they need to be beating the Mystics. And the thing with the Indiana Fever is they were really good at beating the teams they were meant to beat. Since those first 10 games, they've been good at beating the teams they're meant to beat. Like off the top of my head, Dallas lost in 2024 with Caitlin Clark. I'm not counting non-Caitlin Clark games. Dallas lost in 2024 and the Mystics lost in 2024, where Caitlin basically nearly willed the team back into it by herself, where she had like 29 and 14 or something. And basically, they were now 17 and she nearly by herself got back into it. Other than those two games, since the weird start, I don't think there's any games where you look at the Fever with Caitlin like they haven't beat who they're supposed to beat. And that's one of the things that the Indiana Fever have going for them, is they tend to beat the teams they're supposed to beat when Caitlin Clark is on the floor. As in, like, I know they lost like the Dream and stuff last year, but it's like the Dream, like they could have beat the Dream, but it's not like, oh yeah, you're meant to beat this team. Maybe they were supposed to beat the Valkyries, if you want to make that argument, but the Valks were pretty okay. Like, the Valks were a playoff team. Like, the Indiana Fever, since the first 10 games of Caitlin Clark's rookie year, with Caitlin Clark in the lineup, have lost, 2 games to non-playoff teams? 2? To what you call it, they lost to, Washington and Dallas since the start of Caitlin's rookie year. And they have been doing a good job, like, of beating lower teams. And I think surely Lexi Hull plays a little bit better. Surely Lexi Hull starts to play a little bit better. From Caitlin, I'm calling a 26, 11 assists and 5 boards. That's my prediction. Actually, no, fuck it. A lot of bricking from Washington and her helping down on boards, especially if Rory Harmon's on the floor and she just doesn't know how to play defense on her. She can play sweeper. Fuck it. 26 triple-double, watch Caitlin. 26, 11, and 8 boards. 8 boards, but triple-double, watch the whole game. Like, a 30-point triple-double is not out around possibility for Caitlin today against this team. The only thing is, like, they do have Cass Prosper and Rory Harmon who can kind of guard her. But, like, the odds of them starting Georgia Amore on Caitlin Clark is kind of high. And Caitlin Clark is going to, like, what Caitlin Clark will do to Georgia Amore might violate the Geneva Convention. Anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.